little shift of energy here. I'm going to really invite you to participate more with me, because what I'm going to show you is really about experience. And through the experience, you get the meaning. And I'm going to use my perspective coming from a different culture and also show you the symbol that I will show you and to explain what I'm doing, but it's a universal symbol. Let me start with this one. But I have a little game I'm going to invite most of you are willing to do. First is simple Tai Chi gesture. Would you just reach up to the sky and just open up? Just inside of you, just feel I am unlimited. I opened, yeah. So this is a limited notion, like a little halo. The minute you open your arms, you are unlimited, okay? I'm going to do some symbols there which will give you the meaning. I would like you to feel what I do other than just look at what I do. Okay, I'm going to use my whole body, and eventually I hope everybody will join me with a little simple Tai Chi, which is universal again. But I have a little game I play with all my students and my seminarians, is I always create an open circle before I do the symbol to show it's more than just on the chart, okay? And I also invite people to, when we do this, when you see me make an open circle, it's a wow experience, okay? So if you feel like, just say wow. It's not for me, it's for you, okay? All right. Now you will want to wow because it is an exhilarating experience to make an open circle right here. I appreciate this wonderful setup for me. Okay, everybody ready? Whoa. You can do better than that, come on. Wow! Okay, it's an open up experience, okay? Now, I'm gonna first do a symbol that everybody knows. Out of this circle, I'm gonna draw this sign for you. And by this time, most everybody know exactly what this sign is. Okay? But I'm not gonna fill this whole side up because I don't want to waste too much ink, but you know, if I finish this on this side, you will have the dark side to fill this side. On the other side will be the light side. We all know this symbol now. It's a universal symbol. Everybody called it yin-yang, right? Or Tai Chi. One thing immediately I want to explain. In China, we never say yin and yang. We say yin-yang. There's no little A and D in between. It's a whole concept. But in the West, in the rest of the world, we often, okay, that's yin, that's dark, that's yang, that's sunny side, and that's male, that's female, that's us versus them idea. Now, this symbol started way back. We don't know how it got started, but becomes a wonderful symbol which adopted by all cultures now. I wouldn't be surprised if I asked anybody has a tattoo on your body with this sign, okay? I've seen earrings, I've seen T-shirts, all kinds. This is a beautiful sign, okay? And the whole idea of this symbol is we call Tai Chi, say Tai Chi, or yin-yang, or change, 变, yeah. The whole idea of transformation out of yin-yang dance. It's a dance of the opposite. It's all about how to integrate, find coherence and balance of what we call the opposite oppositions. Tai Chi literally means the great ultimate stretch for you, okay? Now, let me quickly do Tai for you. And I'm going to ask you to experience this. Okay, I'm going to do it on this left side. Again, I'm going to do the circle now. You're ready for your wow. Okay, this time. Okay. Now, Tai, the symbol for Tai, looks like this. 4 strokes. Okay, I'm going to do it for you. Basically, I'm going like this. Wow. 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 Ha! You see it? Horizontal, arms opening, legs kicking out. This is a great human. We call Da in Chinese. When you go to your center right here in the lower chakra, lower dantian, your gut level, ha! And you are a Tai person. Look at that. It's a portrait for everybody. Okay, it's a universal portrait. You know, if you open your arms, stand tall, and go like this, I'm a great human being. Da. And when you are centered, you feel power in your gut, you are a Tai person. okay? So that is the wow experience. I often tell my friends that, well, now you know this is the Thai experience. You should think about this as your self-portrait from now on. Instead of driver's license picture, even passport picture, a little bigger, but it's not you, okay? Little square head is not you. Visualize yourself, arms open, leg kicking out in this wonderful open position, and say, I'm a great human being in your head. Okay, why don't we open the arms? Your neighbors wouldn't mind. Why don't you stand up for a moment? Yeah, just really, you can spread out. Just open your arms. Let's do the Thai sign. Be the open shoulder, open chest, say ah at the same time, ah. And reach for the heaven way up there, sky, whatever you call. The highest reach, and bring it down your body, and reach out, open your legs, and balance on the other side. And this is a great human position. When this great human being, centered, feel the power in the center of your being, you are a Thai person. Okay, that's your self-image. Think about yourself now. Visualize yourself, your self-portrait look like this, not this one, okay? All right, that's wonderful. Okay, now, you can go up and down. Let me show you the other side. Now, I get you started to experience what you do, and you get into meaning by your whole body. Now, this is a symbol for Ji, okay, ready for the wow. Okay, now this one is the other part of the Tai Ji. Say Tai Ji. Let me do it for you, explain what Ji says. First, you have a horizontal line, vertical line, and two down line. This is a symbol, it can be a tree. Anything grows. You see, digging down with the roots, branching out. That's a symbol for nature. And then you show the sky above, connecting down through you, find the center, and then find the yin-yang, and finally the earth below. Now that's the word, say ji. Sometimes we mispronounce it as Tai Chi, which many of you, because it says CHI for many years, but it should be pronounced Tai Ji. Ji means opposite contrast. The tree grows from the depth of the roots all the way to the sky. It's a stretch, make you grow. Arms reaching out makes you grow. Roots down makes you grow. And then the upper line, I'm going to move a little bit, it's wobbly. The upper line symbolizes the sky. Open up, reach up, that's the sky. Now bring the sky energy down through your body and stretch it and find your center. And do the yin-yang dance within your center. And then most importantly, you got to find the contrast, the opposite. You got to be grounded. The last line at the bottom. So you see the two horizontal lines, sky line, earth line. You are stretched in between. Find your center, do your yin-yang dance. And you grow as nature would grow. Roots down, trunks go up, the flower opens, branching out. That is the meaning of Tai Ji. We have many, many words to describe it, but most important is in your own experience. So quickly, let's go through this again. First, you expand yourself. You reach for the highest reach spiritually, and you come through your body, through the emotion, and get very grounded, earthly below. And open yourself up, and stretch out. But you know you have a center. You can bring it all back, integrate, find that coherence right below your navel, under the belt. Say, ha ha. That is a gutsy sound. It's a ha ha sound. Very different than hee hee, right? That's up there somewhere, but ha ha, right here. Now that's your self-portrait. And out of this understanding, you grow the same way a tree grows, flower grows, okay? And you find the connection between the highest reach, the opposite of highest, and the deepest. You drag the energy through your body. So literally you go up and down the spine. Would you take one hand up, reach, and bring something up? So have a two-way traffic up and down your spine. Okay, get that energy rolling. I was teaching in the 60s at UCLA. You have to drive on Sunset Boulevard. There's a famous place called Whiskey A Go-Go or something. There's a dancer, go-go dancer in the cage. They were doing this kind of go-go dance all night long. And people say, how can she keep up? I said, well, she's doing Tai Chi. She's connecting heaven and earth. The Qi just circulates. You can dance all night long, no problem. Because you get that energy circulating through the body, the extreme. The opposite, if you know how to integrate the opposite, you get power. Tai Chi means how to find your center, reach open, and integrate, find balance, coherence within you. That's what Tai Chi is all about. It's the philosophy, that meaning is in your practice, not in the ideas only. The other thing about this whole stretch, okay, reach up to the sky. Now you have something very simple. You have the spiritual, intellectual part of you, and then you have right here, emotional, bring it down to your heart level, emotional part of you, human part of you, and then you have the earthly part of you. You integrate all three levels of consciousness, and you become a whole person. That's what Tai Chi practice is all about. Many people think Tai Chi is a martial art, something exotic, but it's more than that. Of course, it makes you feel good. But it's about the philosophy you practice. It changes you, basically. Now, I want to quickly make a distinction for many of you who sometimes are confused between Ji and Qi. Now, many of you even do exercise called the Qi Gong, okay? Let me do it here. Okay, I requested 5 charts, okay. I do a little more oblong because this one we need to. Now, I'm going to ask you, sit up a little bit. Yeah, I want you to really feel what I'm doing through your wiggling of your spine. And your feet is touching the earth, so the Qi is coming up. The crown opens, the Qi is coming down. I'm going to do the strokes for you. I'm going to teach you how to do it. Once you know how to do it, you will never complain you have no energy, I can assure you. So that's a good incentive. Watch. First you go up, first stroke, second stroke, third stroke, and you do this. And then finally, you find this. That is the symbol for Qi. Say Qi. This is Ji. When you practice Tai Chi, you got Qi. Okay? Many people confuse Qi and Ji. Now you know the difference. Now, let's do Qi. That's a good one. Once you do it, you never want to stop doing it. Now, first gesture, reach up. This is the highest reach you can get to the power. Could be a religious one, could be your personal God, could be the ultimate connection. Makes you who you are, makes you know I'm alive. Okay? Now, bring that energy down, connect with that energy. That's the ultimate Qi. Now, the next one is the easy one. Open to the sky. Open the sky Qi is always there. And then open to humanity. I'm looking at that. Just turn your head a little bit. To the people around you, been sharing this afternoon together. There's lots of Qi in this room right now. Okay, take it in. And then, of course, there's Qi underneath. Earth, always Qi. Okay? Sometimes people come to my class, I said, well, you look like a cut flower. You come to my class to plug in. So, oh, I'm so tired. I have to plug into your session. I said, why do you allow yourself to be like a cut flower? You can always put your roots down. Now, everybody, put your roots down. Every little blade of grass, every flower knows the wisdom. Pump the Qi up. Come on now. You can always, it's free. It's always there for you. And the sky always, just reach out for the funnel of the Qi. You just funnel in the sky Qi. Anytime you want it. Your body is the perfect funnel. And earth, you can pump it up. And don't forget people, family, community, colleagues. We. And then that's lots of Qi. And then you have this wonderful gesture. This wonderful gesture of combining all 3 levels of consciousness. Let's just do this. Just gather it and bring it all in. Aha. You have the ultimate Qi, you have the sky Qi, you have the humanity Qi, you have the earth Qi, all here now. What more would you ask? Okay, now even more important, right inside the Qi, you have 8 directions. You go to the corner of your body, bring the Qi right here. Let's reach across the body, right here, up here. Aha, the other side. Aha, and this side, this side, this side. And if you are standing up later, you can kick your legs out and grab some chi that way. You can't get rid of your leg, it keeps coming back, right? Yeah? So you have 4 limbs, get chi back and forth. You can pump up and down, you can turn left and right. You get all chi from all 8 directions just within your fingers touch. It's right there. You need to learn to give and take through your body. This is another little game I play. How many? For most of you, how many? You would say 5. In ancient China, when I was growing up as a kid, we say 9. Where are the extra 4? Space between. See, it's taken as a whole concept. Yin yang. Sometimes yang could be the solid, and yin could be the night. But yin yang is alternating. That's why we do not put an N in between. We say yin yang tai chi. We have the ultimate contrast, the opposite. How do we bring it together to integrate it, to find balance and coherence? That's the practice of living. That's the dance. That's what qi is all about. We all have so much qi. When you're tired, let's do it one more time. This is a good one for you to take home. Okay, reach up to your personal God. Well, hopefully your God doesn't have an answering machine say, I'm not here now, I'll get back to you later. Be sure you have a personal God. It's always there for you, okay? No voicemail there, okay? Okay, your personal God always there, so reach up for it, and then here you are, connect. Yes, yes. And then open to the sky, funnel in the sky, feel it, and open from your heart to humanity, to friends, to loved ones, to society, to environment. Feel that, wonderful. Springtime energy. And then, of course, learn to be as wise as a blade of grass, a simple flower, to dig in. Do not be a cut flower anymore. You can always pattern. And combine all 3 levels of consciousness. Our spiritual, intellectual level is important. Our emotional, human level is also so important. And earthly, grounded energy to pump the chi up. We have it. But most importantly, don't become so blindfolded. Everywhere near you, right here, reach across the body. It's a friend smiling back. Reach up, look at the light, see the stars. Down there, look at a wildflower coming up. All directions you can get chi. You don't have to have big, high and mighty ideas, just energy at hand. Sometimes we ignore the most powerful power, which is be aware, be present, be right here. Okay, let's do this one more time. Hello there. Thank you. Yes, yes. Aha, aha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Later, when you get up on the feet, we're going to really dance, right? So it's that thing. That's chi. After this afternoon, no more excuse. You are always available to find more chi to pump you up into your energy, your well-being. Okay? Now, these are the major symbols which I want to talk to you about. But the last one I'm going to do, which is very important, I'm going to follow last speakers with hope. That idea. One more very important symbol in China we have to examine. But I want you to participate in the most heartful, loud, expressive wow when I make the open circle. Are we ready? Okay, I'm going to get myself a little closer. All right. Are we ready? Wow. Okay. Now, let me ask you just quickly, why do you think I never close the circle when I do it? There's a quick answer. I have lots of ink. Simple answer is you don't want to close circle. The minute you close, you limit your scale, your scope. If I close the circle, which means everything would be within this circle, just like this is your halo. But if you open your aura can increase, can change. Okay, put your hand. This is a closed circle. There is unlimited possibilities. It's a simple, simple reminder. If you just open your mind, open your heart, open yourself to learn, to experience, to find new learning every day, you are unlimited. Let's say it. I am unlimited. I am a Tai Chi person. Yin Yang happens to me all the time. After I learned to do Qi, I'm getting all Qi'd up all the time. And you say, wow, wow, wow. Okay, it's all there. All right. Now, since I only have one more panel here, I want to do one of the most important symbol, and I want you to take it into your consciousness. It's a beautiful symbol. Just 4 strokes. Okay, isn't it a beauty? It goes like this. It's a Chinese symbol called Xing. Say Xing. Xing. When my grandson was born, he's 16 now. When he was a little boy, I used to paint all this in his baby room. I want him to just get the feeling. And he saw, the first time he could say something, he said, happy face. Do you see it's a happy face? Now, Xing is a Chinese symbol, means heart, mind, consciousness, all rolled into one. In Chinese language, we have no distinction between the feeling heart and the thinking mind. They're the same thing. Because this symbol is based on the statement of the flower open. Think of a flower. When you go to the center of the flower, the center of your consciousness is everything there. This is why in the Orient we have mudras. We create mudras. Flower keeps zapping at you, okay? Flower doesn't have thinking mind, feeling heart, doing something down there. Now, nature is not compartmentalized. Nature is from the center. Xing means heart of the center, the heart of everything. Say Xing. And Chinese, we have a simple expression, Kai Xing. Say Kai Xing. Usually you have this as a Kai Xing. It means I'm so happy. My heart is open. My mind is open. I'm an open person. And this is a very important symbol which I want you to take home with you. When you feel a little bit congested, sometimes emotionally, just do a simple gesture like this. Say Kai Xing. Say it, Kai. You have a K sound. You have an I sound. Kai Xing is like a bell ringing, ding dong. It's like inside of you start to reverberate. It's like Kai Xing. Whenever you feel a little depressed or something bothers you, get you sort of wound up, just open your body, do a little Tai Chi gesture, say Kai Xing. You'll be amazed how quickly your energy change. Okay, with the time, whatever time I left, I would like all of us, please come forward. A little more room. You're ready now to really dance with me. Now, Tai Chi is the dance of the opposite. So come share with me, right? With open space. So you can kick your leg out without kicking somebody or the chair. Great, great. Now, as I said, it's a mini class on Tai Chi, on the philosophy of Yin Yang, which also is my contribution for the theme of this event, us versus they. There's a division we think is there, but all of us know. We only recognize the division, but the important thing is to find the coherence and balance, okay? So it's a mini Tai Chi lesson. Once you do this, you know Tai Chi. Because Tai Chi is not something to be superimposed on you. Tai Chi is to be rediscovered in you. Let's say something. Boy Scout, Girl Scout, put your hand here, and Tai Chi hand on your belly. Say, I am a Tai Chi dancer. I've always been a Tai Chi dancer. A very good one indeed. Okay, trust that. It's a trust. Now let's do some Tai Chi. Opposite. Sky above. 天上 in Chinese. Say it. 天上. Any variation will be accepted. 天上. Get your right brain working. And then go to the opposite. 地下. And then take a step back. Why? Everything out there. Now the opposite of everything out there is what? Everything in here. Right? Now let's go back. The sky above. Opposite is what? Earth below. Take a step back. Open your heart. Everything out there. Opposite, everything in here. So you have the contrast again. Now, couple steps forward. Just pretend you take 2 steps forward. Changing, forward action. Back retreat. Forward to back, give and take is another Tai Chi move. Okay? Left and right is the Tai Chi move. Balance your 2 spheres of your whole Tai Chi energy. So those are 4 basic contrasts we call Tai Chi. It's a basic ritual. Sky above, aha. Now be sure you say aha. Because if you don't say aha, sometimes you hold your breath. Aha. Smile always helps. The smiling face always helps. And 地下. Open your heart. Why? Out there, say out there, open your eyes. And bring everything out there in yourself. Guess what? If you bring the outside in, you have to change your inside. You have to match the outside with your inside. So inner landscape becomes widened. Sometimes we feel so narrow. Once you understand what's out there, it's also part in you here. You keep changing. Now bring your change inside out. Show me how much open, more wider you are. Why? Wow, wow, what a difference. Now bring it in. Wow, inside going to change again. Show me again. Bigger outside, bigger inside. The other image in the Chinese philosophy is change. We were talking. Change is the only constant. We avoid change. We don't like it. We want to keep things the status quo. No way. Go with the change. Flow with it. Okay? Now, forward action. Forward action. Back retreat. Now, let me throw you a little bit with your consciousness. In the West, we say, my future in front of me. I leave my past I don't like behind me, right? That's not true in China. My past is my life so far. Say it. My life so far, right in front of me. Let's learn from it. Don't leave it behind. My past is in front of me. My future is still catching up with me in back of me. So don't run around so quickly. Your future may never catch up with you. Stay put once in a while. The future will catch up with you. So we shift the whole forward and back. There's another Tai Chi dance, okay? It makes sense, doesn't it? Your past is what you have lived. Everybody say, my life so far. I learned from it, some are not so good, but I learned from it. If I don't learn from it, I'm a stupid person, okay? Everything I've done helps me to grow, to go forward as a human being. My life so far. And my future is to catch up with me. I need to find my presence. I need to be here to match my future. If you run around like crazy person, always go, 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 the future never catch up with you. You may never have a future. What about go there? Let's say go there. When you get there, where are you? You're here. There's no such thing as there. Let's go there and be here, okay? Go there. Be here now. Go back there. When you get back there, where are you? You are here. It's very important in the language. You can think about it, you can understand philosophically, but if you do it in your Tai Chi body, it's so clear. Sky above, let's funnel in the power of the sky. Aha, yes, somewhere over the rainbow. Ah, you are my sunshine. Okay, I am my sunshine. Oh, the blue sky is smiling at me. It's there in everyday language. Earth, pump earth. Dig in, dig in. We can dig all the way to China, actually, in America. Dig all the way to China, pump the chi up, and connect the two opposites. That's Tai Chi. To do opposite doesn't split you. You learn to have dynamics to create a coherence, make you even more powerful. In English, we say you need to be stretched, right? Stretch me, branch out, we say. You don't want to get squashed. Stretch me, sky, say it. Stretch me, sky. Dig me down, earth. Pump me through, okay. Widen me, change my narrow inside, show my new inside out, and I keep changing. I go, 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 be here. I always have time to reflect and come back in my retreat for meditation to find out what I have done. If you don't have a time for reflection, you will be lost. So if you have forward action, you must have back retreat. So a simple Tai Chi gesture is forward, lift, and circle right back into your center. Just rock back and forth, front and back. Just feel the coherence of a roundness of your chi flow. Now be sure to smile and say, aha, 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 aha. We are in Arkansas. Now every sound can help. Arkansas. Okay. Now how many of you are from Nebraska? Anybody from Nebraska? When I was teaching many years ago, driving toward Lincoln, Nebraska, we saw big signs as Omaha, Nebraska. Many of you know, this is the Hindu sound. Om, say Om. If you open your soul, it's Ah. When you come back, ha 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 ha. So I want to leave you with something so simple to remind you. Open your heart, Om. Express it, Ah, and come back laughing, ha 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 ha. If you can only remember Om, ah, you have a Tai Chi move you'll never forget. Okay? Thank you so much.
I didn't realize
Here's a strange idea, but this is another example of, I think, where the physical and the metaphysical touch. So, we talked about what reality might look like. There's a material reality, let's say, that's what is, but then there's the reality of what could be, that's potential, it's something like that. And so, potential has this weird existence. Well, here's another strange thing. You might say, well, what's the best way of conceptualizing reality at the highest level of abstraction? What is reality? There's this old Taoist symbol, the yin and yang symbol, eh? So there's a black serpent, and it has a white dot in it, and there's a white serpent, and it has a black dot in it, and they're tail to tail. And that whole symbol is Tao. And Tao means a bunch of things. It means potential. It means the way of life. So to live in Tao is to live in the proper manner. And you kind of live on the border between the black serpent and the white serpent. And then you say, well, what are those two things? Well, they're the two ultimate categories of reality, yin and yang. Well, how would you translate that into English? Well, masculine, feminine, that's one translation. But a better one, I would say, is order and chaos. You say, well, what's order and what's chaos? Well, order is when you're where what you're doing is producing what you want to have happen. Okay, so why is that orderly? It's because you can predict it. You do A, and you want B to happen, and B happens. So what does that mean? It means you know where you are, you know what you're doing, and things are working. And then you're calm, because there's nothing to be nervous about, and you're moderately happy, because you're getting what you need and want. And there's evidence that you are competent, because that's why things are working. That's order. Now, everyone knows that order can be shattered into disorder at the drop of a hat. You can be walking down the street and you're all happy and you're with your partner and, you know, she makes a mistake and steps off the curb and a bus hits her. It's like in 1 second you are not anymore in order. Like the bottom has fallen out of your life. And that's why there's a black dot in the white serpent. It's like, orderly as it is, look the hell out, because your life can be flipped upside down in a moment.
Right.
Okay. Well, then sometimes you're in a dire state and everything looks absolutely hopeless and you get a new realization and bang, you know, everything snaps together, and so that's when you're in chaos, and order can reveal itself. Okay, so order and chaos. You can think about it as the ice that you skate on with the water below. That's another way of thinking about it. Now you say, well, is that real? Is it really that the world is made out of order and chaos? Well, here's something weird. You have two hemispheres, right? And hypothetically, they were selected by the processes of natural evolution, right? They were selected by reality. Well, you have a right hemisphere and a left hemisphere. So it's kind of like, well, reality must have two elements, because why would you need two hemispheres otherwise? And they do have relatively separate consciousnesses, those two hemispheres. Think, well, okay, we've been selected to have this bifurcated view of reality. Well, what are they specialized for? Turns out the left hemisphere is specialized for those places where your routines work. That's the left hemisphere. And the right hemisphere is specialized for all those places you go when you don't know what you're doing. So the left hemisphere is specialized for order, and the right hemisphere is specialized for chaos. And so then you might think, well, does that mean that the world being is really made out of order and chaos? It's like, well, if you use the Darwinian logic, that's what it means. Okay, so what does meaning signify? Well, here's what it is, as far as I can tell. So imagine that you're watching a gymnast, and two gymnasts. We'll start with the first one. And the gymnast pops out on the floor and does her routine, and she's like, she's on it, man. Like, you can tell this girl has put her 50,000 hours in, and every single thing, impossible thing she does in succession is flawless, right? And at the end, she, what would you say?
Voila.
Displays herself to the crowd, right? And the crowd is like, wow, that's so impressive, because they think, wow, she's human, and look what humans can do, and isn't that so cool? And they're so thrilled, and the judges go 9.8, 9.8, 9.8. It's like, because I think it's 10 points for gymnasts, and it's like, well, now what does the next gymnast do? Because how do you top perfection, right? Because you can't. But that's not true. You can. So the next gymnast comes out, and she goes through her routine too, and it's perfect, but it's more than perfect, because you can see that with every bloody move she makes, she's pushing herself right to the ragged edge of disaster. Like she's risking the performance of her life, and that means she's risking a big mistake, because you risk that when you do the performance of your life, and you can just see her straining. It's like when you hear a great violinist or a great guitarist play something, and they bend and twist all the notes, so they're kind of rough and ragged, and they know how to do it perfectly, and they put this vicious edge on it. It's like, you just love that. And so the gymnast is out there just stretching herself right to the limit of her ability, right? And then she does voila, right? And she's sweating, and it's like triumph, and the whole damn crowd just leaps to their feet, because she was better than perfect. She was perfect in the way that will make her more perfect in the future. And that's meaningful. And that's why the crowd leaps to its feet. And she's on that border between chaos and order. And that's meaningful. And so what I would say is, what your brain does for you is tell you when you're in the right place at the right time by infusing your life with significance and engagement. And it's saying, look, you've got, the cosmos is lined up around you. It really, truly is. You're right in the right place at the right time. You're in your domain of competence, but you're stretching yourself so that you're actually improving at the same time. And that's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And so I think for a long time we've cast doubt on the reality of meaning. That's part of the death of God. There's no real meaning in life. It's like, no. It does not look like that's true. It looks like it might be the case that there's nothing more real in life than the sense of meaning. I actually think you can make, well, I do make that case in 12 Rules for Life. I think you can make a completely coherent case that meaning is an unerring guide. There's limits. If you're going to allow your sense of meaning to guide you, you don't want to lie to yourself, because you pathologize the instinct. Because if you keep filling your head up with nonsense, the meaning generator is going to become corrupted, and it's going to make things shine for you that shouldn't shine. They'd only shine for someone who's corrupt. So if you're going to be guided by your sense of meaning, then don't fill your spirit with garbage. That sort of applies to the first few rules. Don't lie. Don't do things that you hate.
You're building upon the previous rules.
Right. Don't make the thing that guides you ill.
And so you think that meaning is that living on the border of chaos and order.
You bet.
That's
the
great.
Tao.
That's
That's the
really-
Tao.
Yeah.
That's where you are. If you live in Tao, it's on the line
And
between
so,
chaos and order.
controversy, or on the other end, you say not what is expedient. So how do you confuse those two things? What do
Yeah.
those two things look like?
Okay.
How do you not confuse them?
No problem. Look, so I came in here for this discussion today, and I could be thinking, I want to tailor this interview so that I sell as many books as possible. So like I have a goal. I'm going to come in here, and if you veer off on some topic that I don't think is relevant to my goal of selling books, then I'm not going to participate. I'm going to steer you back. I'm going to mention it every chance that I get, because what I want to have happen from this talk is that I make more money. It's like, okay, so then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to manipulate the conversation to facilitate that goal. Okay, so that's expedient. But then I can say, no, let's not bother with that. Not because there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's not a problem to have a goal. It's a problem to manipulate people.
Sure.
But you know, I knew we were going to talk about the book, so it wouldn't be like you wouldn't regard that as incomprehensible if it started to happen. If I said something, well, can we direct the conversation back to the book? You wouldn't take offense to that, not in any real sense. But what I would do, and what I want to do instead, is come and you guys like to have open discussions, and like what we're doing when we're having an open discussion is we're trying to elevate each other's spirits, and so that's like rule 9, right? Assume that the person you're listening to knows something you don't. It's like there's things you need to know. There's things I need to know. There's things you need to know. If we actually have a talk, maybe we'll all come away less stupid. And since if you're stupid, you wander into a pit, then maybe it would be better if you weren't stupid. And so I'd rather come on and say, well, let's engage. So let's occupy that place of meaningful conversation. Let's trust it and see where it goes. And then let's assume that whatever happens is the best thing that could have happened. It doesn't matter. Because maybe the right outcome for this podcast isn't a particular percentage of increment in book sales. Maybe it's the fact that, well, we got along and we decided to do something else together in the future, or maybe 5 things in the future, or maybe it's more inspiring for the listeners. And so there's also this idea, this relates to the idea about truth. There's a real fundamental idea that's really deeply rooted in Western civilization, which is that the most daring possible approach to life, and I would say the most meaningful approach, is to tell the truth and let whatever happens happen. It's an adventure. It's like, so I could come in here and say, well, I'm going to craft this conversation so it's about my book, and it's kind of predictable. I know what's going to happen, but it's way more engaging to say, no, let's just have the best conversation we can have, and then wait and see what happens. Well, that's way more. That's super interesting. That's way more interesting. It's
So
way more